Hello everyone, it's John from DoubleSleeved here, and welcome to another episode of Draft&Craft. And why, you might be asking, is it called Draft&Craft? Well, we will be drafting, and we will have today a little craft beer to go with it. We've got this cheeky number from the West Coast Pale Ale. It's brewed exclusively for Asda, so if you're in the Americas or anywhere other than the UK, I think you're going to struggle. Although, you know, they are something to do with Walmart now or something, I think. From North Yorkshire, not far from here. This is a cheeky little one. Let's get it open. Hopefully it won't go everywhere, like the last one did. Well, we'll kick off. Delicious. We'll start talking about that in a minute, but for now we're going to get straight into a Premier draft. So hopefully this goes as well as the last one, which I shan't spoil it for any of you who haven't seen it. But if you've not seen the last one, it's worth a watch. It was a quickish video, which either means I did very well or not. I can't guarantee we're going to do particularly well, but when we're joined by the alcoholic beverage of craft beer, then this one's not actually got a lot of tasting notes. It just says a well-hopped, earthy pale ale with a fruity kick. Expect big, refreshing flavours. It's 5.6%, so it's not a low percentage. I get what it means by earthy, but it's nice. It is well hopped. I was going to say, I like a hoppy pale ale. So we're just going to get into it and just have a bit of fun, have a good time. I've got a few little peanuts for those of you that like to hear the sound of unnecessary crunching. We are not far away from Zendikar either, so there won't be a huge number more of these Core 21 drafts before Zendikar happens. And I'm going to float an idea out there. I want your thoughts on what would a week-long set of Zendikar drafts look like? A daily draft, if you will. Would that be something we'd be interested in? Let me know in the comments below. Okie dokie then. Well, this is a pack and a half, isn't it? Pardon me if you hear me releasing gas. So I like everything with red in it. And you know what? I'm going to be really controversial here. I'm going to go straight for Scorching Dragonfire. It keeps our options open. I actually like all three of these. Probably, if you can get the life gain, the Ghoul's great. Counters, great. For where I think we're going to go, great. I don't mind Celestial Enforcer. Feat of Resistance is great. Swift Response can be very good to pick up. The Steed's okay. Obviously, Dragonfire's amazing. We're going to take Dragonfire. It's great removal, and it works well with both blue-red and potentially a Boros aggro. Okay, so they must have picked up something good because they've left Basri's Solidarity, which is a great counter card. I really like Geyser. I think that's great. But I think... So Geyser does a good amount of damage to any target. It's in red, which sticks us in red. And what I would say is I do like Basri's Solidarity. I also really like blue-red in terms of prowess. I'm happy to stick with Geyser and see where we go, because you do have green that can work really well with red, and I don't feel like Geyser is an underpowered card. I don't feel like we're missing a huge amount down here. Visionary is good, but it's just a little bit too slow. So we'll take the Geyser. Okay, so some people have wisely left out Azusa. It doesn't really work in a draft format. You just don't have that many lands, you don't have that much opportunity to. Now, Chrome Replicator, this early on, could work really well. There is a likelihood that we'll draw double cards. Outside of that, some decent green here. Looks like green's not been taken yet. Sky Scanner is a very good card and tempting to take. But I think Replicator at this stage, we can double up. We can look to get 2. And if you can play a 5 mana creature and get 2 4/4s, it becomes overpowered. So we will take that. So now we've got a really interesting pack. What has happened here? So there are a number of incredibly powerful cards in this pack. Those of you that have seen me play recently will know that Gaggle Master, I like blue-white flyers. Roaming Ghostlight, 2 very powerful cards. Chandra's Magma is even a good card. And then you've got Pride Mulkin, which is a great green-white token card. I can't help but think that the ship might have set sail for tokens. I really am tempted with a Magma, just from the perspective that I think we'll see more of them and it sticks us with our colours. I don't feel committed. I like Ghostlight. I think Ghostlight's great. But I don't see Ghostlight necessarily taking us into that direction. Mulkin is very good, but I'm not sure it's green-red. So we're going to take the Magma. I'm going to hope that we get some signals from somewhere. Okay, so green is still open. I don't dislike Canopy Stalker. And if green is going to be open in pack 1, it's probably going to be open in pack 3. So we think Canopy Stalker is better than Sabertooth Mauler because it starts with that 4 power. So we'll go with Canopy Stalker. But we're not committed necessarily at this stage to that. Now, Feat of Resistance is absolutely amazing as a card and will move us into white, no problem. So, Spellgorger Weird is better than Mistral Singer, just, and means I'd rather stay with Boros. Although we've got to highlight the fact that that has wheeled, or at least nearly wheeled. Okay, so some of these cards, I mean, we're going to take Chandra's Piling, just because we can deal non-combat damage to our opponent, and that makes that a double strike, and nothing else here is particularly impressive. If that feat wheeled that far, we may well wheel another feat, or another good white card out of our first pack, which I think is now. Unless that was our first pack, and then I must have forgotten things. No, I think this is our. This next pack is a wheel of ours. Yes. So look, that with what we're currently doing sits really well. Really happy to see Kinetic Auger. And you know, when you think right now, yeah, we're really heavy on the 2-drop, but that's kind of where this format really shines, is in that 2-drop slot. And I feel like right now, Dragonfire, Feat, Piling, Magma, we've got a sort of more top end. We can start to double up on some of these and know that we're getting good value out of it with Chrome Replicator. Now, I feel like we're in a really strong place at this point. So I don't really rate any of these cards. I'm probably just going to speculate with a Rugged Highlands, just because we could play it just for the life gain. And we will take the Mauler, because green seems to be wide open. And if we pull a big bomb in green, then we'll move into it. We'll take the Imp. I'm not sure that it's, you know, hugely necessary. Yeah, we're not really playing any of these cards. I mean, Crush Through is okay. Okay, so let's see what comes of this. Okay. So, what are we seeing here? How do you evaluate this pack? So we've got a red rare. It's not very good in draft, unfortunately. We have 2 red uncommons. I like Heartfire Immolator. However, we've got the Experimental Overload. We've not chosen white. And therefore, although the Anointed Chorister is good, it's not as good as an Experimental Overload. So we will take the Experimental Overload and potentially wheel something out of these. And potentially then go into red-blue. However, that's not sealed. We're just going to have to see. So that's a shame. Rousing Reed's really good. I feel like, however much I don't want to take it necessarily, I think that the lands are really important for us. Because we might end up going 3 colour. We shouldn't do. I really like Rousing Reed. I think it's a great card, but I just don't know. It's an aura, so it doesn't work with cards like Kinetic Augur. It doesn't work with Experimental Overload, so it's just not. If it was a sorcery or an instant that did something, maybe, but it's yeah. We've just got to take the land. Wow. Okay. Now, there's a lot of people that say when you see Teferi's Tutelage, you take it. But I don't like the mill, and I think Baron's actually pretty good. The question is, do I think Baron will wheel? I think I'd rather just have a 3-drop that I know is pretty solid. Oh my gosh. If that's not just like an absolute sign. I mean, that's just, we don't even question it. That is one of the best cards in the set. Not even just a good card. You know what? We're going to take Vidalian Arcanist because of that. It'll help us cast the Epiphany. It'll also help us cast the Geyser and the Experimental Overload. Wow. So we've kind of sat, we found our spot and we're sat really nicely into the blue-red spells side of things. We're going to take Frantic Inventory and just see if we draw any more. Oh man, right, okay. So what have I got here? You know what? I think we don't really have enough flyers. In fact, I don't think we have any flyers. We're going to take the Ghostly Pilferer because there isn't really much else to take. But I'm not amazed by it. I'm not. And we'll take Rain of Revelation as well. I don't with you know, with an Arcanist, we could do with another. We could do with starting to get some doubles now for Chrome Replicator. Otherwise, that might not make our final deck. I do like the fact that it can be can't be blocked if you just discard a card. That's quite useful for us in terms of getting 2 damage through. Wow. Okay, we'll take the Larcenist. It's a pretty solid card, and we'll happily take 2 of those in order to get the potential benefits. So when we look at something like Baron, he helps us draw a card, but also where we've got something like Ghostly Pilferer, which is no, not Ghostly Pilferer. Oh, we'll take another Arsonist. Oh man, a Rousing Reed. Ooh, nearly. Probably won't end up playing that. These are great top cards, especially with that. Yeah, okay. Pardonnez-moi. Oh, look at that. Another dual land. I mean, I think I'll probably take the Wishcoin Crab and because we might get more than one of them. Wow, okay. I mean, I'm happy to pick that card up because I think it's hilarious. And there isn't really another card in the colours that we're playing, and I do not subscribe to the thought that, oh, a Hunter's Edge is good, I could take it from someone else, or a Pteranodon, or a Bazu's Acolyte, or a Leafkin Avenger. We're not playing those colours. I'll take the Fiery Emancipation, and I'll hopefully be able to play it with some of the other cards we've got. Okay, so lots of good cards coming here. I think we are going to go for another Spellgorger Weird. And then we're going to say... Oh, man. Then we're going to say we need to just go... We're probably not going to play the Pilferer now. We're going to go for like some low mana instants and sorceries that will either cycle us some cards, because when we look at our deck breakdown, 7 non-creature, we've only got 6 instants and sorceries, which means these experimental overloads, which we'll add to it, aren't giving us a huge amount. I like Kinetic Augur, but again, at the moment, you know, we're really needing to, you know, we might even be looking at some of these cards not... Oh man, Goblin Wizardry is just great. It's an instant and it benefits from prowess. That's just a great card for us. Oh Lord. I mean, there's no reason why we wouldn't play Gadrak. It's a great card. What's everyone else drafting? Like at this stage, we're probably just going for an opt, just to get another instant in the bin to help with everything else. Oh, crikey. I feel like we're just going to end up like not playing some of these cards. I feel almost too uncomfortable with how some of these cards have been passed. Like, I feel like I've got too much choice, too many good cards. Another Wizardry. No one's in red-blue spells. Which just doesn't seem to make any sense. I'm forgetting to drink my beer. I'm in so much almost physical pain. I've put some cards into the sideboard that we can probably take out, but I feel like we're probably just going to be past more good cards, knowing what we're up to at the moment. There's no way that a Riddle form should be passed. I mean, I just can't see us playing any of these cards, but... So we've got one card, which will probably be... Alright, it's not a red-blue. Okay. So, 16 lands. What we're looking at the moment is we've got a couple of these early spells. We've got ourselves only 10 creatures, which is low, but if you consider that we can make a bunch more, that's actually 12 creatures. Riddle form technically makes that potentially 13 creatures. With this high mana level, we can't use Vordolian Arcanist to get the Fire Emancipation out, I actually am tempted to go again and whack on another red. Thinking about it. And then we might just have to get rid of a card out of the deck here. Would I rather get a Thrill of Possibilities or a Arena Revelation? I'd probably rather just get a Thrill of Possibilities, you know. And I think at this point, am I unhappy to draw any of these cards at any point? What is Baron doing for us? When it enters, return up to 1 target creature. So we can return one of their creatures, right, for 3 mana. And at the beginning of my end step, if a opponent was put back into my hand from the battlefield, draw a card. And they can do that a little bit. But what else am I doing that? So I'm not putting any cards back in my hand. So Baron is just a 2/2 that bounces one of their cards. Would I rather have, for 3 mana or even for 2 mana, would I rather have something else than Baron? In terms of removal, I've got the Geyser, I've got the Sublime Epiphany, I've got Scorching Dragonfire. I think I'm going to get rid of Baron, and I think I'm just going to get a Chandra's Magma in, just to keep the creature count the same. I know that our curve is incredibly low, but it does top out quite significantly. It just keeps some damage sticking over. Okay. We need to name it. So, what are we saying? I think Fiery Epiphany sounds, you know, if somebody were to see that name against them, I think they'd understand what was going on. Well, it's a nice beer, actually. I'm not a big advocate for Asda normally, but I think that their beer selection and price is pretty good. For in the UK, pop in, I would say, and have a look at their selection. There are plenty of other good places, I'm sure. Okay, so we're playing gold, I think. Wow. I mean, we're going to keep it because we just don't not keep things. We're going to mute them just because this thing becomes incredibly annoying. We're going to play this just to get it in the bin. Now we've got to turn 2, 3 and 4. Which obviously can change, but... Inquisitor 1410. Peanuts are great. What's he trying to do with 1 white mana? Oh, okay. Okay. So, Boros is debatably the best deck to draft. Okay. So, I'm going to attack. With the view that trading with the Alpine Houndmaster is definitely not the worst situation. Okay. Okay. So decisions begin to be made. We attack. We have a 2-power geyser. I think what we do we see if they want to sacrifice the battlements. They won't. We end the turn. We've now got 2 in the bin. They can get rid of the Spellgorger Weird if they want. We need to make sure we've got that stop on their end step so that we can tap the Magma and deal damage. Okay. We don't mind topping out 4 mana if we have to, but obviously we've got some 6 mana spells to cast, so we obviously had to do that in response just because they were killing it. So we've got 2 mana. Okay, interesting. Fine. So we're scrying 1. I think what we can do here, if we play this, it will get us back the Volcanic Geyser, which I think we'll do. And we're just going to offer that trade for the Angel. So that's fine for us. We've got the Geyser in hand, so next turn if we draw a land, we can kill the Angel. If we don't draw a land, then we'll probably just play another Weird. You know, they obviously potentially missed some land. Okay, interesting. Not a problem for us that they take that damage. They do that to us. They've got 3 red open. 4 red open. I mean, they can put something big down with 4 red. Shocking us isn't a huge problem. Okay, so I know it sounds a bit odd, but I think the right thing to do for us is to get the wizardry tokens down and then attack with the Weird. Because although it is an instant, so they obviously have something instant that they want to do, which is why it keeps stopping. So they probably have another shock, maybe a Scorching Dragonfire. Possibly they have their own Geyser. So we've put them under a bit of pressure now for sure. They've got to have an answer to that Weird. Or they've got to hold back the... No, there's lots in white that can tap that kill that because it's tapped, kill that because it's got more than 4 power. You know, there's plenty of things that can get rid of that Weird. Interesting. Okay. So we can I'm just going to shot the face, and that'll be that. So that's the great thing about Geyser, is it's any target. You can just hit them in the face. So right, well, let's celebratory open our second beer. We're not going to go any more than 2 because we've got a game, obviously serious Magic to play. But we're getting after this little guy, an American IPA from the same place, same people, Bad Co. I think it's the same, yeah, same people. Inspired by the great outdoors. It's a bold, hoppy IPA with notes of citrus and pine. So the last one was 5.6. This one's a 5.2%. We like, I mean, bold, hoppy, I mean, that can just be any IPA. Citrus, debatably any IPA, and pine. Ooh, yeah, I'm getting pine. It's like being in the woods. Okay, so, ooh. We're going to keep this. We're going to keep this because we can turn one crash through. In fact, no. We're going to turn one Epiphany and hopefully scry a land. Unless we draw a land. I think if we get a land, an untapped land, then we're going to go mountain. Okay, we'll go mountain, and then we'll just crash through. Oh, that's great. Now we can double Larcenist and follow it up with a replicator. Oh no, cancel. What am I doing? We're going to do that on the end of their turn. We will discard. What am I discarding here? Probably the Fiery Emancipation, I think. That's brilliant. Okay, so what this is doing now... They can attack for 1 all they like. I've got no interest in that. They're going to want to hold that back, though, in 3 colours. Interesting. In order to stop my Larcenist from attacking. But I'm happy that my Larcenist doesn't attack, because next turn I will Larcenist again. And then I will opt. So they're holding open 4 mana at the moment. I'd like them to use all that mana. And I don't mind if they put another creature down. A big flyer would be annoying. They're not doing anything. That's a shame. Okay. Well, I think the right thing to do here is to play the Scryland. Yeah, we're happy to keep that at the top. We're going to play a second Arsonist. And we're not going to attack. Again, for us, that is not a problem. We don't really have an issue with that 4/4. We don't want them to get rid of one of our Larcenists. That would be a pain. But again, this whole thing that's going on here, not an issue for us. Because when this Chrome Replicator hits, obviously that just puts us in a situation where we're better on board now than they are. We've got plenty of things in our deck to remove that Angel. You know, we can opt if we need to for a land. We can Vordalian Arcanist. I mean, that's interesting. Not sure why you do that on your turn, but fine. Okay, so So we've got quite a few decisions to make here. So choosing to keep everything open. They'll just swing in with that, which is fine. There's not a lot we can do about that. Okay, so we're now at a situation where I need cards, and it's a means for us to get those cards. So the power of just playing creatures is that they, I mean, they've got no cards in hand. They've got one card in hand, but they've got a board presence, and it's okay. And what are they returning? Another Golden Wizardry. I mean, probably just get another Ascension, wouldn't you? Okay, so we can get rid of those. Oh no, I blocked wrong. Oh, nightmare. Oh, no way did it think I was blocking like that. Oh no. Well, that's what you get for having a beer. Clearly I didn't double check my blocks. Lesson for everyone, double check your blocks. Unbelievable. I thought I'd blocked everyone. I had my mana open. Nightmare. It's nightmare stations. But we have to move on, guys. Oh no. I thought I'd everything blocked but the angel. Next turn we had all sorts of shenanigans going on. Ah well. It was going to be tough to get out of that one anyway. What can you do? Right. Jiminy Crickets. Oh yeah. This is the hand, isn't it? These peanuts are amazing. Okay. Wow. That's a turn 1, turn 2, isn't it? Munching away. Wow. Boros much, am I right? Okay. So... Okay. I mean, they're using a lot of cards to do this, but, you know, good for them, I guess. If they've got something else to do, like this kind of shenanigans is great. So we can put a 2/2 out. Let's see if they do something to protect their dog. Nope. So I am aware that they could do... Yeah, and that's fine. Is that mean? Was that... was... Oh, wow. Yeah, so... Turns out Fiery Emancipation. Can't even speak. Wow, that just turned around quick, didn't it? Could you imagine being that person and then just getting your like... your note from Fiery Emancipation that says, yeah, you're dead now. Oh, that was a brutal way to end. We absolutely love Sublime Epiphany. Of course we'll keep it. We can thrill a possibility next turn and get rid of something, whatever that may be. Probably that land. I'm not Scorching Dragon firing a 1 power. We'll let it attack and we'll give it 20 turns. Again, happy that that's there. Again, we know that that's just going to sit there. Now they can't attack. I've got the mana I need for Sublime Epiphany, which will allow me to counter a spell, return a land. Nope, return a... Oh, that was mean. A non-land permanent to its owner's hand. It's hard to get rid of Chrome Replicator. They obviously got some things, but you can't, you know, just Scorching Dragonfire or whatever. So they've got 2 artifacts. They need 4 or more. So they put down something big, and we'll Sublime Epiphany it. Yeah, that'll do. Okay. Target non-land permanent. Have to make sure we get these things in the right order. So they could play Gadrak, but they have to get rid of one of their treasures. Okay, gives us a big geyser now. Surprised there wasn't a trick there. So it would be we're going to do that. We've got the Scorching Dragonfire if they want to play something that's not Gadrak. Okay. Not a lot I can do about that, but fair enough. This one's a nice beer, by the way, but I would say not as good as the previous. The hop difference, because I know you're all here for the beer. You've got Summit, Cascade, and Chinook, whereas you've got Summit, Columbus and Centennial. Cascade is definitely one of my my favoured hop varieties in an IPA for sure. I mean, it's a lot of mana to give me a 1/1, but I'm not mad about it. I'd like to see them use the Gadrak. That'd be good. But I can hold my mana open for him. Well, I mean, all this seems just a little bit unnecessary, but you know. Let's just, if you're going to do it, I'll do it. Okay, so I've got enough to kill that, but not enough to also do that. So we'll do this. We'll see what they're going to play. We're now at a stage where I've got something that can draw me cards. They've got a lot of mana. That's fair. There we go. Okay. Maybe long and drawn out, maybe, but you know, we got where we need to go. We didn't make any silly beer infused mistakes. Let's keep the train rolling. No one's asked the question, do I think beer helps? But I'm going to answer it anyway. You know what? I don't think it hurts the situation. I don't think that drinking beer and playing a real game of Magic is necessarily the right thing to do. But if you want to have a bit of fun. So we've got a lot of things we could draw that we could do in early turns. We have the draw first. We are going to keep this hand. Very controversially, we're going to keep it. We're going to gain a bit of life. They're on green, which isn't particularly quick. See? They're looking for something. Land. They're on 3 colour. And amazingly, it looks like we've planned this all along because we've got a turn 3, so we've got turn 2, turn 3, and whatever we want to do on turn 4, we are laughing. Okay, so I will happily trade my Magma with that Pride Morkin. I will even trade that Pride Morkin with my Spell Gorger Weird. I won't now. Okay. So we can't draw anything that would kill it this turn. We're better off holding this back. Enough to kill. Not enough to kill. Because it has first strike. Should have attacked with the magma. Missed 2 damage. We feel a little bit silly. Technically, we've missed 1 damage. We still feel a bit silly. If they get one life at the end and we've not got anything, then okay. So we're going to get rid of the kinetic auger. Yeah, I think we'll put them under a bit of pressure. And by that, I mean we're going to take them down to 1 and see what they do. Because they've got to keep the Pride Malkin back. We've got so many things we can do to hit them in the face. I mean, at the moment, they can't stop all of my things. They still can't stop all of my things. I only need to hit them for 1. There it is. There it is. It was never in doubt. It was never in doubt. And we're back to gold. Hardy, hardy, har. Who'd have thought it? Okay. So when you get to 4 wins, you know that it's not been a complete disaster. If we don't get much higher than this, it will be down to me, not down to the deck. Because, or the card selection, because I feel like we had a really sweet Jimmer Jam. A really sweet card pool to pick from. And even the game that we lost, what a misplay. What a misplay. I'd like to hear in the comments below. I know that we're like nearly an hour in, but Draft&Craft, is it working? Do you like to hear about a beer? Are you drinking along at home? Or is it like 8 o'clock in the morning, at which point you probably shouldn't be? Do you enjoy the gameplay? The little bit of conversation? Should I increase the conversation, make it a bit more interactive, or do you want it more focused on the cards? Because we can talk a lot about what cards are coming out, what's happening, what they're playing, what I'm playing, you know, that kind of jazz. I'm happy to go in any direction. It's worth noting for anyone who's kind of like fairly new. Like, I personally would like to get both colours of mana out early. There is a school of thought that says if you just played mountains and you're kind of leaving things up for people to guess if they don't know what your second colour is. But there's something about me, like, I like to have the assurance that both of my main cards are out. So we're going to do this. I'm going to do this because Challenger's Magma is a 1 damage a turn. We do not care about Mistral Singer because we have a flyer that is huge. Okay, so our best bet at this point is to go Spellgorger Weird. And if we draw a land, I mean, I'll block. if they want to pump a couple of spells into it. Okay. Like, that's good. Good for them. Okay, so yeah, at this stage, our clock becomes probably 4 or 5 damage a turn. So we've probably got 4 turns. You know, the Alpine Watchdog is going to need to go at some point. They can give it a 1/1 counter. It's got vigilance. Okay. Our turn clock has become maybe a couple of turns, because they're going to attack with the Watchdog and the Mistral Singer. And I'm going to be forced to take 6 or sacrifice something. Yeah, so we're not in like the happiest position at the moment. We'll see if they want to get rid of the Watchdog. Yeah, that's fine. So we are unfortunately 2 mana away from Fire Emancipation and 1 mana away from Chrome Replicator. Well, that makes things tough. So we're going to take 8, and it might be a bit more. We're going to take 9. So we've basically got to find an answer now. Okay, that's going to help us. Should have pinged them. Forgot to ping them. That's embarrassing. I mean, I have 11 damage on the board at the moment. I can't win, so... This is the thing, when you get flyers involved, it becomes a very tricky situation. I like to let people attack and finish me off because I think it's a better feeling. I don't like it when it's like, good game, I concede, when you're like right next to a combat step. So personally, I think fair play to them, they can have that. Well, we're 4-2. I would hate for this to not be 5. 5's the magic number, so let's hope, hey? A little bit of beer left. Maybe 1 beer was the magic number, not 2. Ugh. Or was it the peanuts that got in the way? We'll never know. I know that not a lot of people are playing Core 2021. I'm sure loads of people will play Zendikar in terms of draft on Arena. I like this format. I think it's pretty good. I know it's not like the most amazing and exciting thing ever, but I like it. And I think in terms of the various archetypes, red, blue is pretty good. I don't blame them for taking wizardry. I don't blame them at all. That's funny that they didn't see that coming. Yeah. What was I saying? I was saying something and I don't know what it was, and I'm, you know, here's what it is. I think that they kind of, whatever I draw next turn will probably get, unless it's like a removal spell. No. So, yeah, I think blue-red spells is pretty good. I think Boros is obviously the best. You know, it is what it is. I'm not sure what this blue-black mess is, but they're probably going to beat me with it, so what can I say? So where am I at right now? I'm at a situation where we're not going to get much damage through. We can't attack with Gadrak, and so they can pretty much just block everything else. I think we play this and we see how they respond. Because if they block with something, which they have to do, then it will die, which will give me a treasure. And I'm going to ping them. That's a shame. So I can still block them with Gadrak. I cannot block them with Gadrak. So, I mean, I'm going to be taking some damage here. A good 10 damage. There's not a lot I can do to block. You know, I could throw the Voldalian. Okay, well that's going to make things interesting. Well, I think that's that. That is awful. That is awful. Did you see their board? Fiery Emancipation, guys. What a card. I know it's expensive, but you just prolong. I mean, that was Sublime Emancipation, Fiery Epiphany, whatever you want to call it. What a combo. Oh, it makes me feel itchy. I'm just in silence trying to like figure it all out, but oh man. What else would you rather do of an afternoon than have an American IPA sat in England playing this? It's 5-2, eating a few peanuts. What more is there? What more is there? Okay, so they've mulliganed. I mean, I've got turn 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever I want to do. That is fine. Now, there is a debate that says, should I have played the Larcenist? And the answer is probably yes. But I've managed to use my mana up this turn. So they did not play a land last turn. Them shocking that's annoying, but not the end of the world. Oh, bless them. See, I should have really paid 3, I expect, but I feel like if they don't get a land, they're going to be in a sticky wicket anyway. Oh, bless them. This isn't going to go well for them. I mean, I've only got 3 power on the board, so... Oh dear. I mean... Okay. You've got to assume they're going to have something pretty meaty that they're going to want to play. So, me having, like... You know, that doesn't really matter to me too much. If I lose one of them, I gain a treasure, so... Oh, I don't get a treasure because it was a non-token. Oh. I'm not overly bothered by this because the geyser will... I think the geyser pretty much does it next turn. Yeah, I think I win with geyser and the wizards, and if they don't play a creature, that'll do it. If they do, then the larcenist. They can see the geyser as well, so I'm not sure what they can draw that will help. Hold on. Okay, so I didn't have it, but I should pretty much have it. There are so many answers in my deck. Okay, if they needed a card to sort themselves out... Rush Taunter they have to defend with. Not that it matters how much damage, because fundamentally... At this point, it's like up to them. Oh shit. No way! Oh my god! Okay, okay, fire emancipation. What a way to bite yourself in the backside. Well, I did not think that through. I reckon that they didn't either, because they'd have done that so much quicker. Well, 5-3, guys. There you go. I feel like all we're doing is circling this 5-3, 4-3. Hey, I think Red Blue's great. I feel like that deck was probably better than a 5-3, but hey ho, it was good. Too many top cards, not enough kind of in the middle. It's a risk running Epiphany and Emancipation, I think, but hey ho, we had fun. I enjoyed that so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. Like the video. I really appreciate it. I don't get that many likes on these videos, so any likes are appreciated. And yeah, let me know that you're excited to Zendikar. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.